again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jonathan Bond, and I am a junior at Columbia College with a major in criminal justice. Tonight, I will be discussing the importance and the significance to Metallica to American modern music. They are an important piece of American musical history. Formed in 1981, the hard rock heavy metal band Metallica has defined a generation for the past 30 years. For many years, they've been one of the top musical draws and one of the most commercial and critically successful bands in the world. Once labeled as the garage band that was doomed to tour for the rest of their lives, Metallica broke through the mold of conventional rock and turned the music world upside down and garnered a tremendous fan following. They revolutionized what Black Sabbath and Motorhead had created in England and brought it to America. They created the music genre known as thrash. They have solidified their place as one of the most influential, successful, and one of the most important bands in musical history. Metallica has sold over 100 million records worldwide. Metallica has released 9 studio albums with numerous live albums and a few limited edition releases. Metallica's 5th studio album, entitled Metallica the Black Album, was their most commercially successful album of their career. It sold over 15 million copies in the United States and over 25 million copies around the world. It is currently the 25th highest grossing music record in history. Metallica has won multiple awards. They have been nominated for 16 Grammy Awards and they've won 9 of them. In the years 1990, 1991, 1992, 1999, 2000, 2004, and 2009, they won the Grammy for Best Metal Hard Rock Performances for their songs One, Stone Cold Crazy, Metallica the Black Album, Better Than You, Whiskey in the Jar, Saint Anger, and My Apocalypse. In 2001, they won the Grammy for Best Rock Instrumental Performance for their original song, The Call of the Cthulhu, with the San Francisco Classical Symphony Orchestra. They have also been nominated for 6 American Music Association Awards. They've won 4 of them. Metallica has been nominated for 3 Billboard Music America Awards and won all 3. They've also garnered tremendous commercial success with their studio albums and their touring events. Metallica is one of 4 bands in history to have 5 consecutive studio albums debut at number 1 on the Billboard charts. The album started with Metallica the Black Album in 1991 and continued with Load in 1996, Reload in 1997, Saint Anger in 2005, and Death Magnetic in 2009. The only other artist in history to do this is the Dave Matthews Band, DMX, and the artist Jay-Z. All of Metallica's albums have been at least certified gold and individually sold over at least 1 million copies. They have toured constantly around the world and over the past 30 years. They've garnered one of the strongest fan followings in entertainment and have grossed nearly $1 billion in revenue for their touring. Metallica, in 2009, they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Their success was recognized by Red Hot Chili Pepper bassist and their close personal friend Flea in the prestigious Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All past and present members were inducted not to include Dave Mustaine and Ron McGovney of the original lineup. The members were current members James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, Kirk Hammett, Robert Trujillo, and past members Jason Newsted and the family of Cliff Burton. From this day forward, they've been placed on a level that some regard as the greatest bands in music history. For example, bands such as the Eagles, the Beatles, Black Sabbath, Eric Clapton, and Led Zeppelin, as well as many modern rock artists, have cited Metallica as a huge influence on their style and their music. The argument can be made towards their success may not be recognized until almost 30 years after their conception. The irony is that all of it is held in a prestigious manner above their peers. The reason why the Hall of Fame members were not inducted together is because they have to spend at least 25 years consecutively after their first album was released. Ironically enough, their first album, Kill 'Em All, was released in 1983. In 2009, the first year they could be recognized for the Hall of Fame, they were inducted. In conclusion, regardless of your opinion, your knowledge, or your perception of the band during this speech, hopefully you've at least garnered enough information to conclude that Metallica has a rightful and deserving place in music history. The barriers were put in front of them, and labels they were branded with, they tore through with rapid-fire intensity. They tore down everything that was conventionally heard over the radio and brought rock and roll back to the mainstream in America. They have been deemed and arguably the greatest rock band of American music. You've just now heard the argument. The end.